Warm good afternoon to one and all present here. Center for Quality Assurance and Women Empowerment Cell of Muthamal Engineering College Autonomous, Rasipuram, Tamil Nadu, India is organized international seminar on sustainable development goal to achieve the gender equality. It gives me an immense pleasure to invite Dr. N. Sudhindramanitha, Dean Quality Assurance, young and energetic personality to deliver the welcome address. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good
so much.
afternoon
Thank you.
to all the participants, and on behalf of Muthamal Engineering College, Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Women Empowerment Cell, I am very happy in welcoming our today's expert, Ambassador Kazla Khan, UN Mission Head, Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and founder of Next Generation Leaders, Pakistan. We are very happy in welcoming and accepting our invitation for delivering this international expert talk to share your experience to our students and faculty members, ma'am. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Welcome you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting me for this wonderful session. It is a very great event and a wonderful platform where I can share the basic ideas about the UN mission regarding gender equality. Uh, my name is Ambassador Ghazala Khan, and I am
Introduce you formally, ma'am.
We will introduce, ma'am.
okay.
Okay, I also welcome our management, secretary, joint secretary, and our beloved principal, deans, HODs, faculty members, and students of WC. Warm welcome to everyone for this wonderful international seminar on sustainable development goals. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
It's an immense pleasure to introduce such a personality with us who's the chief guest. Ambassador Khazila Khan is United Nations Mission of Head at Federation of International Gender and Human Rights of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. She is the CEO and founder of Next Generation Leader. She is a certified human rights consultant, business development research with vast 20 years of work in the business development sector with cross-cutting roles in the administration, management, research, design, training and mentoring, wellness coach, inspirational speaker with various institutions. She's worked with diverse institutions in the private sector organization, international and local NGOs within and outside of Pakistan. Ambassador Khazila Khan has done diplomatic fellowship. She documented 2021 regularity policy for maternal care in crisis, health system, education, and empowerment of women. This policy is the first kind and helped the governing bodies of African Union, ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, and United Nations in their effort of closing gap for gender rights and equality and party internationally under the umbrella of sustainable development. She's been nominated for SDG 11 Advocate for the year 2020 by Humanitarian Award Federation of International Gender and Human Rights. Moreover, she received the Humanitarian Hall of Fame Award 2021 by the World Humanitarian Aid Support and Development Forum. World Happiness Olympiad Bronze Medal 2021, Special Award 2020 Book for the Peace from Rome, and Inspiring Leadership Award 2021, and International Human Rights Advisory Council. As the business researcher, she received the Best Presenter certified by Putra Business School, UPM, Malaysia, by the Research PURE 2019. Best Paper Award in the first International Symposium of MENA Economic and Market, Prince Sultan University from Riyadh, dated December 2019. In her credit, more such awards to be for the future forthcoming. When at the stage when the life seem not clear, most blur at the same time, close your eyes and see the way your soul shows you for it, and it will lead you yourself. These quotes is being written by our chief guest itself. She also written one more quote for the women's community. I have the fare to achieve my desire, success, and everything what I want. I don't need anyone to come and support me. These are the women they can achieve it all. These quote also been written by our chief guest. Her name itself means an intelligent, charming, attractive, born to save women community. Is our chief guest, Ambassador Khazila Khan, United Nations Mission Head at Federation of International Gender and Human Rights for Islamic Republic of Pakistan. We are very pleasure to welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. It's really boost my energy, and I'm feeling very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. As you are seeing me on these position, and everyone will be surprised or thinking how it's possible or how much time it will take. But it all depends on your own vision and mission. What is your target and what is your goal? You cannot achieve a big goal in just a few hours or a few days or years. It needs a years for the settlement or achievement of any specific goal which you want to achieve it. So my advice to all the girls and boys that arrange your calendar and don't waste your time. Whenever you are you have any goal or thing, so just sit and think over it, that what is your vision and what do you want to see yourself, where you want to see yourself after 20 years. If you are just set once, then start achieving short goals. These short goals will lead you toward the main vision and your mission. So this is all my story also. I didn't achieve these all in the overnight. There are a lot of struggles, a lot of painful nights and tears and hard work and setbacks. Uh, when whenever you are on the highest point where you want to see yourself, so you are on the peak, and then you can see downward that how you overcome all your fears, your setbacks, your failures. Struggles and achievements cannot be um, attained without the failures. So let's go toward our sustainable development goal. Today I'm representing Federation of International Gender and Human Rights. I am not directly working with the UN. Some people mislead it, but I am working with the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, which is the part of UN Gambia, UN Women Gambia, and they are under the UN. So I am the mission head on the mission of UN for the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights for Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And my aim is to spread the message of Sustainable Development Goal 5. Because until and unless you cannot achieve any goal whenever you are not aware of your own rights. So here, let's go. It is the sign of gender equality. Goal number 5. Sustainable Development Goal 5, our global goal 5. It is concerned about the gender equality, and it is 5th of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Established by the United Nations in 2015, the official wording of SDG 5 is achieving gender equality and empower all women and girls. Progress toward targets is measured by indicators. So the 17 SDGs recognize that action in one area will affect outcomes in another, and that development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability. A system thinking approach is the best base for global sustainability. So SDG 5 has 9 targets and 14 indicators. 6 of the targets are outcome-oriented, ending all forms of discrimination against all women and girls. Okay, now the topic is ending violence and exploitation of women and girls. So what are the indicators? Eliminating harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriages, and female genital mutilation. As you know, in our Indo-Pak area, Asian countries, the early and forced marriages are common. But the female genital mutilation is most common in the Africa. It is their tradition, and due to traditional values, they go for these mutilation. But early and forced marriages need to be stopped in our Asian Pacific Indo-Pak area. And for this, we need to empower and our mothers, and equally fathers, like men and women play equal role in this, because they need an awareness. This is not the solution that you don't allow your girl to get the proper education and force her toward the early marriages. The second one is increasing value of unpaid care and promoting shared domestic responsibilities. Here, once again, if you are the female and you know that unpaid care and domestic responsibilities are the part of the life, and you are going through this and you are working by your own will, but someone should be there with side by side with you when you don't feel good, when you have some problems, when you are not well, and the other person is totally agree to support you and share your responsibilities with you. For that, we again need to educate our male members, our son, our kids and boys. And these education need to be from the early childhood. I think from grade 4 or 5, we should teach our girls and boys the sharing of domestic responsibilities. The third one is ensuring full participation of women in leadership and decision making, and ensuring access to universal reproductive rights and health. Leadership and decision making is also a big issue, because our system is male dominated, and mostly the people on the leadership or decision making level, they don't accept the decisions of women, or they are not able to digest it, that the women can be a good decision maker. But if we look at our own home responsibilities, where women is the head of the family and she is taking all the decision, from the child education to her brought up, to their schooling, to their teaching them manners and teaching them don'ts and do's. So it means she is capable of leadership and she is a very good decision maker. And these qualities lead her and support her to be in the leadership and decision making positions. And now it is all over the world, it is accepted by the people that women are proved to be very good leaders. We can take the example of New Zealand, where their leader is women, and the most European countries have women leadership, and they are progressing very well in all the sectors of the life, from the education to health and their financial matters. So now this is not a myth, it is the reality, and we should accept it. The three means of achieving these targets are fostering equal rights to economic resources, property ownership, and financial services for women. This is another a hot topic. Yeah, you know that in our society, we don't give the part property ownership or financial rights to the woman, even from the parent side. And after getting married from the husband side, they are always neglected in these rights. But the women and the girls must know that it is their right. For that, how we can achieve it? We should educate our boys, our men, that how to groom your daughter, how to groom your son, and what are your responsibilities toward your female child and toward the male child. So whenever you give equal representation to the male and the female kid inside your house from the early age, it will lead to a very best, you can say, the family system, and it will help in eradication of sexual harassments, gender-based violence. As we can see that nowadays these harassments and violences are increasing day by day, and we should eradicate it by knowing what are the main causes and what are the problems. Because without knowing that what is the pinching point and why these problems are increasing day by day, you cannot decrease it. without implementation of laws, proper laws, and educating the both members of the society, it's not possible. With the support of both members, it is 100% possible solutions. Then again, promoting empowerment of women through technology. Technology is the main medium, and nowadays, with the introduction of internet and the activities, the intelligence, artificial intelligence, and a lot of system which can only be done through the software. So we must introduce technology. You cannot say that these are only male-oriented subjects and we don't need it. We need it. Even we need the technology in educating. Even we are studying the medicine, even we are studying the engineering, we are studying the business, even in teaching. Even the fifth grade teacher cannot teach nowadays without the introduction of technology. So technology is the basic medium, and we should encourage our girls and boys. Adopting and strengthening policies and enforcing legislation for the gender equality is the mean for achievement. And for this, we like, as I am addressing to you, and the girls, mostly girls and boys, and teachers are listening, so they must know what are their rights and how they are going to implement. Without their support, their initiative on the society level, on their is not possible. Only government cannot do it. So through the pledge to leave no one behind, countries have committed to fast track progress for those further behind. So the aims are to grant women and girls equal rights, opportunities to live free without discrimination, including workplace discrimination or any violence. This is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. So let me explain this point, that now the government is very, in all the countries, governments are very keen and eager, and they are providing incubation centers, and also they are providing the platforms to the girls who want to start their own career, who want to start their own businesses, and any ideas they have which can empower them, because with the empowerment of one woman, you are going to empower the hundreds. Every company has, when they are in the growing stage, from 1 to 5 employee, and after the growing, when they are at the growth level, they empower 100 people, more than 100 people. So just by opening one company and empowering one woman, you can empower thousands, and these 1,000 people can feed the 1,000 members, like everyone, if they have 6 to 7 members at their home. So this one act will affect at the very big level. Similarly, at the workplace, now the corporate sector is also interested in making policy and strategies. As I myself is also in the policies and strategies making, and I would like to welcome the corporate sector if they need any support or collaboration in the policy making for gender discrimination at their workplace, and I'm happy to help them. Now, the next point is like in COVID-19 pandemic has affected women as they are more vulnerable and have reduced access to treatments. That's true. That's true. But similarly, we can see the both sides of the coin, that one side, the pandemic is affected the women, because the male and women are mostly at home, and the most are working, who are working from home. It's okay, they can distribute, they have their own space and they have their own timing, but some are left unpaid, some are left jobless. So in these families and homes where our people are jobless and they are not they couldn't regain their own jobs, and so there are the sexual harassment, domestic violence has been increased, and there we need to empower the woman. And also we cannot neglect the man. We must provide them, yeah, we must provide them the social wellness, because whenever you are in pressure, whenever you are in depression, uh, it's natural that you will respond. So at the society level, we need some consultants, some uh, people who can provide the social wellness awareness programs and social wellness treatments to those people who are under the depressions. It will definitely eliminate and this depression, and will help them to live a very healthy life. It just shows that there has been increase in violence against women during this epidemic, and it's still going on. So we need to work on our social and mental health and well-being too. Okay, now achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. So there are targets, 6 targets under the 5. Goal number 5. Number 5.1 is end all forms of discrimination against all women and girls everywhere. Again, it's not possible without your support at the society level, at the schools, universities, and colleges level, at your own, in the urban and rural area. You need to make a small groups, and who can do a campaign, and who can provide the lectures, and who can provide the awareness to the people, to the local people. And these all efforts will bring them together, that how they can overcome this. And now 5.2 is eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in the public and private, including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitation. And you know that trafficking, why people are trafficked? People are trafficked when they are not aware of their surroundings. They are harassed when they don't do what they have to do, and who is exploiting them and why they are exploiting them. And if they are target, then how they can get help, how they can ask someone, how they can ask someone to help them, and get out them from this condition. So we need a support system, a very strong support system for our even male and female. I cannot just blame the male, because some nowadays the boys and girls both are trafficked and sexually harassed, killed, and kidnapped. So we need to work on both the sectors. 5.3 is eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriages, and female genital mutilation. Okay, now let's move to our 5.4. Recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work through the provision of public service, infrastructure, and social protection policies, and the promotion of shared responsibility within the household and the family as a national appropriate. So this is a little bit complicated, that how government can do this. If there is a family, and being a mother, being a wife, and being a woman, daughter-in-law, you are unpaid care worker, you are domestic worker, you are working at home. So the according to my belief, that women don't want ask you to pay her, but in response she need a respect, she need a praise, she need your support of the male members, support of the in-laws, support of their kids. Whenever she is down, she is not feeling well, she is mentally upset, she needs some social networking and social support. So there should be a mechanism of her own family, of her neighborhood, to support her. So don't let her down, and keep her going. This is the way where we can do it at our own basics level, because government, I don't think government can do it more, but just to create awareness, government can campaign and ask the society and the social workers and the youngsters and the youth in the university and the colleges. They can plan and they can promote this uh, that how they can praise their mother, their sister, their wife, and with the acceptance and the acceptance of her duties, her love, and uh, giving her respect, it will also affect and will eliminate and the sexual harassment, because one once the male in the family accept these all things, then he will also accept these all things for the other girl, for the other women who is not from her family. Maybe she is from the neighborhood, maybe she is from the other um, working in her office. But when he realized that we should respect and praise women, then it will automatically affect and the reduce the numbering of domestic violence and sexual harassment. Let's move toward 5.5. Ensure women full and effective participation and equal opportunities for leadership and at all levels of decision making in political, economic, and public life. It's all about acceptance and praising. We need a mindset for that, a positive mindset and healthy. So first of all, we need to work our own well-being, social well-being, our mental well-being. When we are healthy and we are here to accept the others, their achievements and their um whatever they are doing good in their work, and we accept them and praise them, so it will automatically affect and the praises and the participation of women in decision making and leaderships. 5.6 is the last one, and it shows that ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights as agreed in accordance with the program of action of the International Conference on Population and Development and at the Beijing Platform for Action and Outcome documents of their review conferences. This is another issue that where we women maybe don't want to accept it, or we are a bit shy going to a doctor and asking for the help or asking for some consultant, anyone. If you have any uh, problem in your menstrual cycles, in reproductive system, or any problem with directly affect your health, so it is your right. It is your right to consult your doctor. What it is your right to know about your own body, what is going on in your body, and what is good for you and what is bad for you. And you are the decision maker of your own home. So it is your right to know that what is good for you. Here are sub indicators. It is 5.1. I hope it's not taking too much time. 5.A is undertake reforms to give women equal rights to economic resources as well as access to ownership and control over land and other forms of property, financial services, inheritance, and natural resources in accordance with national laws. So it's again empower your daughter, empower your son, and it is only possible when you educate them and provide them equal opportunities to live their life, to embrace their life, and to they have right for what type of education they want, what type of even like what type of life they want in the future. So the parents' role is to guide them, support them, and don't let them go toward the negativity, to the wrong side. Uh, be a friend with them, and friendship is more better than the parenthood, because it will provide a easy zone for both parents and the child, and they can, without shy, they can exchange their views and their problems and their ideas with the parents, and it is good for the healthy relationship inside the family. It will reduce the tensions, depressions, and unease environment inside the family. And I think mothers can play more better and very good role in this sector. 5.B, enhance the use of enabling technology, in particular information and communication technology, to promote the empowerment of women. Believe me, COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise, although it's taking a lot of lives. And this is again because of our negligence, because we are not taking it seriously, and we don't, which is ignorance. If we take our doses, and we can take equal precautions, which are very important for your health, so you can rescue yourself and also your loved ones. But with the when because of this pandemic, every thing has side effects. So the side effects is of the blooming of technology, and people are more connected than ever through internet, through the technology. And now educating each other is more easy than the past. Even now in urban and rural areas, the technology is available. Everyone has the smartphones, and they can get education through this. And there are a lot of free courses available. You don't need to spend a penny on that. You can learn whatever you want. Even you can learn, just Google it. If you want to do a business, if you want to study further, if you want to excel your any skill, it's available. So go ahead and work for that and study, and also encourage the others. And there is no age limit for this. 5.C, adopt and strengthen sound policies and enforceable legislation for the promotion of gender equality and empowerment of all women and girls at all levels. So policies making is another exciting area, and it's really important. We need women in legislation, because the person who is more vulnerable toward all type of harassments or anything she has gone through, she can more and better decide what to do and what is best for the humanity and what is best for the new generation. Thank you so much for your time. I'm here for any questions and anything you want to share. Thanks once again.
Any students want to ask any questions, we can ask Madam regarding that. Madam, in personal, I had a question with you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
The policies differs from the country to country for the women's rights. The policy will be the same for all the countries of throughout the world, madam?
As the policies is also documented by UN, so you can go and Google and download that what are the policies and strategies, because they presented once in 2015, and they also directed the governments of every country. There might be a slight bit difference between every policies and strategy for the every country, because some are lacking in the different sectors, and every country has their own and different unique problems. So they addressed everyone, and a lot of countries are asked to update the UN according to their achievements. So it's your right as a citizen to know and download the document and know about how you can play a best role as a teacher, as a professor. You are at your own level in your side, your university, and by providing awareness and having session like this, these are very helpful for the when the students know like what's going on in the world and what are our rights. Like UN is giving targets to every country that at 2030 you must achieve these all things. So how you can do and how you can work for that. Yep.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I had one question.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, what's your opinion about gender equality when compared to other countries, especially in our India?
Let me say frankly that we all are human beings, and we all have a different approach toward the gender equality. Like in India, uh, we our dressings, and India and Pakistan, we have our own dressing. We don't like, if we dress like the boys, we said that it is not good, but it is also acceptable because our society is like that. Like if you go to the European countries, and when they are dressed in their European dresses, they are allowed to dress what they are. Even they don't want to dress up, so it's okay for them. There are in some countries you don't need, no one will ask you. So they think it is the gender equality. It's all depend on your own, because you can mold it according to your religion, your society, and what are your customs. But we should mostly focus on our the gender equality for the in the house, also in the workforce, in the offices, where this employee can female employee mostly can be targeted easily for harassments, and so for these things we need to work, so that we can compete on financial sector, economic sector, and education. These are the most targeted points where we should work. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Students, do you have any queries?
Students has rights to interact.
Yes, please, if anyone have any question, I'm here.
Okay, ma'am. We will go for vote of thanks session, then we will complete our expert talk.
And I'm request Menagapriya to propose the vote of thanks. Madam? I think she's been having some internet problem with the thing. So I conclude the session towards. We are very happy to and pleasure to have one among greatest personality among us. As a female community, we have been facing, as Madam said, day life. We have been facing lots of problem in the working, whatever the places are there in the general. But you are one of the motivator and one of the role model for all the women community to be coming forward to show our talents to the society. To be so, we have been very thankful for the madam to really accepting our invitation and granting us a permission to organize such a international seminar with you, madam. Thank you. And I thank our
Thank you.
management secretary, chairman, joint secretary, principal, dean, quality assurance madam, for always side by side. She used to give the support for us to organize such a most motivated programs. And I thank all the faculty members and the brand ambassador of the program, my dear students, for giving involved towards yourself, and definitely your speech, definitely we will be getting and what promoting the thing that definitely our students will also one day become like you. We hope so, the things, madam. Definitely, we are very happy to have you among us with you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for accepting our invitation, madam.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful time and this event, and for such a wonderful big gathering. I'm happy to share my views
Your
with
quotes
you.
are all the things. I have read your quotes, few quotes I have been seeing the website, ma'am. Really, all the quotes are really excellent towards the women's community, which you have been written, and your blogs are really very nice to be, madam. We have been inspired by you.
It is
Thank you
very
so much. Thank you
inspirational
so
to
much.
us. For all women, it is a great inspiration, really.
Thank you so much. It's my
Very
pleasure.
happy,
My
ma'am.
pleasure.
We are very happy for accepting our invitation. In future, we are ready to collaborate for other activities also, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank
Your
you. Have a
Hindi
great day.
skills has also been very fantastic, madam, which I have been read it of. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a
Thank you.
great day.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, all the students, and I need that you can just fill your feedback form so that we can send to the madam also. So I request all to just complete your feedback form and then you can leave the meeting. Thank you.